So it's just about the weekend, and I thought a great way to end the week would be with a book. And so today we are going to read the story of the Cardinal and the Crow, written and illustrated by Michael Moniz. The Cardinal and the Crow, beautifully illustrated. You're going to love the pictures in this book, wonderfully painted. Near the edge of a small forest lived a crow who perched on the limb of a large twisted tree from dawn to dusk. The crow was very old, older than any of the other birds or animals for many miles around. His call was harsh and coarse, and his feathers were long and scraggly. But these things didn't bother him. He would have been happy if only the other birds left him in peace. But they didn't. They mocked and teased him endlessly, flying around him and calling him names all day long. "Ugly old crow, ugly old crow," they sang. One young cardinal especially delighted in abusing him. Cardinal seemed to puff up proudly every time he pestered Crow. Cardinal had brilliant red feathers and a beautiful warbling voice. All the other birds followed his lead. Kind of reminds me of, I'm making a connection because when I see teasing on the playground, it kind of looks like that. Eventually, it became too much for Crow. He began to squawk loudly at the other birds whenever they came near. Ah! Soon, he was spending almost all of his time alone. The summer surrendered to fall and the leaves fell from the tree. Most of the birds flew south, following the sunshine, but Crow stayed behind, and so did Cardinal, who quite liked the cold. Cardinal had no difficulty finding food in the chilly weather. At the edge of the forest, a little feeder hung waiting for him, bursting with seed. Every morning he would swoop down for breakfast. Crow, watching rash Cardinal from his perch, with a wary eye, decided to give some advice. "Be careful when fluttering around that contraption. You never know what might be hiding somewhere below." "Ha! Be quiet, old Crow. What do you know? Mind your own business." "Fine," huffed Crow. "You have been warned." The next morning, Cardinal returned to the feeder as usual. Some of you might be looking at the picture and seeing something that Cardinal should be worried about. Suddenly, a big cat leaped out from behind some bushes by the bird feeder and snatched Cardinal in his jaws. Hearing Cardinal's screeches, Crow flew down onto a hanging branch and saw the cat was about to kill and eat his worst tormentor. He swooped down to the feline who, as many cats like to do, was heading off to play with his prey before killing it. "Well done, Mr. Cat," said Crow. "Only you could have caught such a quick little bird." The vain cat pricked up his ears and paused to listen to the old Crow. "Thank you so much," Crow continued. "That Cardinal has tormented me terribly. I didn't have the courage or the ability to do what you have accomplished with such ease." The cat's eyes flashed with pride. "Would you please, just for me, give a mighty roar?" Crow pleaded. "Only a great king of beasts like you can give such a roar. Let me hear and rejoice with you in your victory." Cat was flattered. He took a deep breath, puffed up his chest proudly, and opened his mouth wide. Now, some of you might have a picture in your mind of what is going to happen next. What is the picture in your mind? What are you predicting is going to happen? Let's see. Instantly, before Cat made a sound, Cardinal furiously flapped his wings and escaped. Cat's roar became a shrieking wow of rage. As the two birds flew away, Cardinal turned to Crow. "Thank you. You saved me. How did you know your trick would work?" "Because pride and foolishness often roost on the same branch," replied the wise old crow. Cardinal opened his beak to say something clever, but when Crow turned to hear it, the little red bird grew quiet. When spring finally came, the singing of ugly old Crow was nowhere to be heard. All the birds sang happily, and all were welcome on that twisted old tree near the edge of the small forest. The end. This book, The Cardinal and the Crow, asks an interesting question. Why do you think the crow helped the cardinal to escape? I mean, the cardinal was nothing but mean to that crow. Why do you think the crow helped it to get away from the cat? I don't know. The book doesn't tell us. So you're going to have to do some thinking for yourself. You're going to have to sort of make your own connection about why would somebody be nice to somebody who has always been mean to them? Think about it. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I look forward to reading it to you again soon. Bye for now.